fulfilled, getting her book printed and out on the shelves. Lucy Cotter, Sky News.
Well, let's talk to one young writer who publishes her stories online, Ravina Gurong. Good to see you this morning. What's the appeal of doing this? Why do you do it?
I think it's to be able to get your writing out there and to get feedback back on your work as well. So you get to talk to other writers your own age, which being just 16 and being in school, I don't really know a lot of writers in the real world.
So is it important then as well to be able to polish your craft, if you like, by doing it online and getting that feedback, and presumably you can keep modifying what you're doing every time?
Yeah, I think it's really important to be able to do that.
How successful have you been in terms of what people are saying and any sort of prizes that you get for online writing?
I've won 2 competitions on a website called Movellas, and I've got loads of really nice feedback, and even when it hasn't been so nice, it's been constructive criticism, so I've been able to get help.
Who do you bounce your ideas off? I mean, do you let your parents read what you're constructing? You don't. So they don't even know what you're writing about.
Yeah.
So they must be. Does that not worry them? That you could be doing anything upstairs on the computer or what have you?
Well, they know that I publish online, they just don't know what I write, because I don't really like sharing it with them.
Oh, well, fair enough.
You think they don't know.
I mean, do you aim your stuff at a similar market, an age market, so sort of teenage novels on what sort of genre?
I write young adult mainly, because that's what I understand most, so that's what I write.
But any particular style of story? I mean, where that girl there was writing vampire sort of stories, there's also, sci-fi and that sort of thing. What appeals to you most?
Science fiction and fantasy mainly, because I like being able to create my own world.
Yeah, I can see the appeal of that. But what about moving on from here? Because it's one thing, obviously, to publish online. Presumably, you want to get into print at some point.
Yeah, one day, hopefully.
And how are you going to go about doing that? I mean, have you got any plans to approach publishers, or do you think you can do it by letting them see what you're doing online?
I don't actually know yet. I haven't really gone into that much.
So for you, it's purely just, a piece of pleasure to do this?
Yeah.
Which is great, and it's all about getting involved and getting young people reading. Do you think there is, because there has been concern, hasn't there, about a lack of appetite amongst teenagers for getting stuck into a book? Do you see your friends perhaps getting an emerging interest again and getting hold of a Kindle or whatever?
I don't think they've got hold of Kindles yet, but they're all definitely reading, I think.
How do you fit it all in? Because, as you say, you're 16, still at school, you've got homework, presumably you have a social life as well, you've got to fit friends in. How do you get it all done?
I try to write for an hour every day, and then maybe half an hour I'll be publishing it online, and I'll be looking at other people's work as well to see how I can improve by having a look at theirs.
Do you find that your teachers at school have said that you've improved massively in your writing at all?
I haven't really shown them.
Oh, right.
Very secretive, aren't you?
Yeah,
One day she'll be massive.
Yeah, she could be a
Probably be a story
multi-millionaire by the
about
time you're 20. Yeah, you never know. Ravina, really good to see you this morning. Thank you very much indeed. Let's get a check on all things sporting, Charlie.
Steve, yep. Chelsea manager Roberto Di Matteo says he hopes people will move on and focus on football rather than pre-match handshakes. As expected, QPR's Anton Ferdinand